What's going on, everyone? So it looks like Max Christie is really going to get a real opportunity with the Lakers. We got reports that came out that the Lakers are very high on Max Christie and think that he can be a real prominent piece, a real rotation player this upcoming season. And it makes a lot of sense, right? Like when you look at the Lakers roster, obviously they need another center. But outside of the center position, the one position that you can make an argument the Lakers need is shooting guard, right? You got Austin Reaves, and yeah, you got guys like Taurean Prince, Cam Reddish. You have D'Angelo Russell, who could play the two if you need him to. Even if you had to, Gabe Vincent, you could put at the two, although he'd be a little undersized, but he'd be capable of playing it. And then Max Christie, right? And based on what we saw in Summer League, he absolutely looked ready. I mean, that guy was the best player in Summer League. I mean, by every statistical category. And he was like fourth in minutes, and the dude shot like 55% from three and like 60% from the field overall. Like the guy absolutely killed it. And we know he can be a great defensive player. We know he could shoot the three ball. I mean, even last year he shot 42% from three. Granted, it was a small sample size for last year, but he is more than capable of knocking it down. And look, if he's going to be a big part of your future, you need to start getting him and putting him in these positions, right? Like, look at what Austin Reaves was able to do. But it's because he got the opportunity, right? And he was able to deliver in that opportunity. You know, he showed little flashes and stuff like that his rookie season, but it was just that, little spots, little flashes. It wasn't until this year, and more so the back half of this year, and then going into the playoffs, that really stood out, right? That's when he really emerged. And then he ends up earning the starting role, and he just never looked back from there. And he's closing games out in the fourth quarter in the Memphis series and just being the guy, being him, right? And so if you give Max Christie the opportunity and you put him in a position to have success and get quality minutes, then I do see him sort of emerging as maybe that next potential Austin Reaves. Max Christie, in my opinion's upside is far greater than Reaves. Reaves can absolutely get better, don't get me wrong, but Reaves, I think, is closer to a finished product than Max Christie is. Because they're also young. I mean, Max Christie's like 5 years younger, right? So you have just a lot more time for him to grow and develop and get NBA minutes and NBA experience and all that stuff, right? Like you could spend the next 3 years developing Max Christie behind the scenes, and he'd still be younger than Austin Reaves is right now. So, like, that is huge. That is important. That is significant. But you need to kind of just throw him into the fire. And the beauty of this roster is you don't have to rely on him. So there's not the pressure of, like, I have to perform because if I have a bad night or, you know, I'm just not the guy that they need me to be, then we could lose the game or it could just be bad. It could be ugly. No, it's like, dude, like, go out there. We're going to give you 10, 15 minutes a game. Enjoy it. Go out there, play your game, play within the schemes, right? Play hard-nosed defense, get after it, use your youth, use your athleticism, use your tools, your intangibles, do all that, and, you know, shoot the ball when you need to shoot the ball. Like Darvin Ham loves to give guys the green light, right? Max Christie, I imagine, will get the green light and really just kind of put him in a position to where it's like, hey, dude, it's not that big of a deal, right? We look at this roster. We're fine. You can have bad nights. You can have off nights. You know, and hopefully he is willing to, which I fully believe he will be. I fully believe he's a guy that, you know, hey, look, tonight you don't got it. Don't worry, have a seat, right? Because he's not going to be the starting shooting guard. But the plan is for him to be that eventually, right? Like the Lakers, based on the reports we've gotten, the Lakers want to sort of mold Austin Reaves into their starting point guard. They want him to kind of be the primary ball handler a lot more this year and kind of initiate and orchestrate the offense, which we saw him do a lot last year in the second half and even in the playoffs. And it makes sense because if Max Christie Max Christie took leaps and bounds between year one and look, I get it, it's summer league, right? But like he was unfair. He was out there just coasting. Like if you actually watch the games, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you didn't watch the games, then you're probably thinking it's just Summer League, relax. But if you actually watch those games, he was going like 40%, if that. I don't even think it was that much. He wasn't like overexerting himself because he wasn't trying to get hurt. He wasn't trying to do anything. He was just trying to get reps. He was just trying to, get some exercise, get some burn, get some experience out there. And he was he scored whenever he wanted to. Teams weren't making him miss. He just missed. And it was because it showed, translated. And he has the tools. He has the intangibles, right? I mean, this is a guy that he has a 6'9" wingspan, which is great for his size. He grew, he's supposedly 6'7", somewhere in that ballpark, right? And he has like an 8'7" standing reach, which is ridiculous. Basically, like if you put his hands straight up, like it just, this is a guy that can impact the game on a defensive end. And he looked like a guy that really can shoot the ball and shoot at all three levels. He looks like a legit 3-level scorer. And that is brilliant, right? And if he can develop a little playmaking in that process as well, and be a guy that can, make some quality passes, like he can be a real player. And so if you're going to have him be your starting shooting guard of the future and have Austin Reaves play the 1, and Reaves and Christie are your point shooting guard of the future combo, then you need to start getting Max Christie some real minutes in NBA games. Not the garbage time minutes, not the hey, we're just going to throw you out there tonight for 10 minutes, like 5 minutes randomly. No, like you need to give him some consistency so he can develop a rhythm. He can develop an understanding. He can kind of learn the ins and outs of the game, kind of let the game come to him, get with the pace and just the things that come with actually playing NBA minutes, right? And the same reports also said they're more high on Max Christie than they are Cam Reddish, right? Which I've even talked about. I think that's what it boils down to, because somebody's going to be the odd man out. And you can make an argument, Max Christie, because it's year 2, you can kind of have him develop a little bit. But if he's supposed to be the guy, right? This is the guy that the Lakers believe is their next like star potential guy. This is the guy that they believe has the potential to lead the Lakers to championships later on down the road, right? If that's the guy that you really believe in, then you need to have him play, right? And then Cam Reddish, look, I love Cam Reddish. I've been praying for Cam Reddish to be on the Lakers for years now. I made several videos about it. The Lakers almost had him on several occasions. But more times than not, he's probably the odd man out. It doesn't mean he's not going to play ever. It doesn't mean he's, he might even still play on a nightly basis. But he's not going to play 20 minutes a night, 15 minutes. Where Max Christie might see 15 to 20 minutes on a regular basis. Now, I'm sure there's going to be some nights where, he gets 10 minutes, some nights where he doesn't play, some nights where he plays 35 minutes, right? Because this is a deep roster. They're going to be trying to keep everybody healthy, everyone happy and playing and in minutes and getting sunburn, so I expect everybody to kind of get nights off, right? Like, hey, Prince, you've done good the last 5 games. Take the night off, enjoy it. Hey, Christie, hey, Reaves, D'Lo, you guys are getting the nights off tonight. Relax, enjoy it. Hey, Gabe, you get my point, right? Like, I think that that's kind of how the Lakers go about this season. I do. And I think that that's fine. But you need to instill confidence and consistency into Max Christie. You do. If you can instill those two things, I think he has all the tools and intangibles to thrive. This guy shows that he can shoot the ball, he can score the ball, he can shoot in the mid-range, he can shoot off the dribble. He can get to the basket, finish through contact, put on some muscle, grew a couple inches. and he could still grow. He's only 20. Like, right? Like, this is a kid. This dude might be somebody, man. I'm serious. Like, he has the potential to be our best player in the next 3 years or whatever. And the future is ridiculously bright. I mean, a starting five of Austin Reaves, Max Christie, Jared Vanderbilt, Rui Hachimura, and Anthony Davis. If Max Christie even becomes half of what many believe he's going to be, and Austin Reaves continues to be the guy that he can be, and Vando develops any type of offensive game, and Rui Hachimura is, I believe, more than capable of averaging 20 to 25 a game, I think you're going to be great offensively. You have Max Christie, who can be a great elite level defensive player. Jared Vanderbilt already is that. Anthony Davis is the best defensive player in the league. And then on top of that, you got, Rui, who is great at guarding fours and bigger players. And then Austin Reaves is more than capable of guarding guys. Like, you'd be great defensively and great offensively. You just need one of these guys to kind of develop into like that, not necessarily star, but borderline star, right? Especially if Anthony Davis can kind of be the star. And I think Max Christie has the most potential, right? Like, I definitely think Rui, if given the option and the opportunity, I do believe he could be a 23 to 25 point a game night guy. I think he could easily be a 20 point a game guy. I mean, the guy averages 13 a game for his career, and he's always been like an afterthought, right? So you actually put him in a position where he's like the second option. I absolutely think he can give you 25 a game, right? 20 a game, right? Like 20 would only be 7 more points. And if he's like the second option, I absolutely think that it can happen, right? Austin Reaves, he's more than capable of giving you 20. Vando, he just needs any type of offensive game or shooting ability, which he's been working like a madman to do so. And then Max Christie, if he, again, just becomes half of what he's projected to be, Lakers are going to be in a very good position in the next, 3 years after this LeBron era. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? What do you think Max Christie kind of getting significant minutes? Are you excited for that? Do you think it'll happen? Do you think it won't? Do you think he has potential to kind of be, an Austin Reaves 2.0 in the sense of like how Austin just kind of came out of left field and emerged and was like, whoa, like, do you think like he could kind of do that this year if given the opportunity? However, feel whatever that's, sir. Again, love to hear it. Let me know.